Hello traders and investors, this is a Bitcoin technical analysis video. This video will cover Bitcoin's short-term price action. I also plan to upload a video about Bitcoin's long-term prospects, what I expect to happen in 2026 and beyond. If you are interested, please let me know in the comments. For the short-term price action, my view is that October 6th was the bull cycle top, and from this point forward we are moving lower. Since October 6th, Bitcoin moved in a leading diagonal, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The designated area for the final fifth wave of this leading diagonal was between 93.6 and 96.5. Bitcoin has reached this area, and in my opinion, the initial phase of the markdown is over. Why do I presume that the selling pressure is over? Because of the high volume signature. You can see that November 11th was a high volume signature, November 13th and November 14th. What it tells me is that everyone who was a seller already sold, okay, and that the rest of the market is either waiting to sell on a bounce or is buying, believing that Bitcoin is going to new all-time highs. So, in my opinion, in the coming days, maybe not during the weekend, because the weekend is usually with low volume and inconclusive price action, but maybe on Sunday or Monday, Bitcoin will bounce, will see a relief rally. Now, I expect this relief rally to be an A, B, C. Okay, a simple zigzag. Why do I expect an ABC? Because after a 5 move to the downside, okay, an impulse, you see a correction. A correction could be a complex correction or a simple correction. In this place, in this time, I expect a simple correction. Now, you need to understand something. An ABC is a bull trap, a bear trap, and a bull trap. Why? Because after such a long downtrend, many traders are becoming bearish. What most traders do is they draw a trend line, and when the price reaches the trend line, they either take profit or actively short the market. Now, what will happen in this case, at least in my opinion, is that this will be wave A. It could go a bit higher or a bit lower, it doesn't matter right now. Okay? Now, after making this small recovery in wave A, many traders will either take profit or actively short Bitcoin, which will lead to a bounce to the downside, okay, a small reversal. However, Bitcoin will not completely reverse to the downside and will not make a lower low. And at this point, the bulls will gain their confidence back because they will see that Bitcoin didn't make a lower low. This is where many traders will enter long, believing we are going higher, maybe to a new all-time high, maybe to the edge of this broadening pattern, and this will be the bull trap, because eventually this move will face heavy selling pressure, probably between the point 0.5 retracement at 110 and the 0.618 retracement at 114K, and a heavy sell-off will pursue this, which will be a third wave, and it will probably take Bitcoin a lot lower. This is all I have for the short term. I want to talk about trade management and how to manage your emotions on days like these. Okay, on days of heavy selling pressure, when you initiate a counter trend trade, you are actively working against the tide. Now, I did it, so I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but whenever I do it, first I only risk an amount that I would feel comfortable losing, meaning that whatever your position size is when you are trading against the trend, you need to cut it by half, okay? It needs to be an amount that if you lost it, it will not adversely impact your portfolio, okay? It needs to be something that you can comfortably lose. Second is that after committing to a trade, yesterday I had a buy order at 96K and I at 94K, all with the same invalidation below the 0.786. But after committing to the trade, I signed off my social media and off the charts because it will destroy your mental health if you will watch how the market moves against your position and then with your position, and it's it is counterproductive, okay? So after you have committed, you need to have a good reason to commit to a trade, but after you have committed, the best thing you can do for your mental health is to simply sign off and move away from the charts. You can only do it if you are risking an amount that you feel comfortable losing. Okay? If you are going in heavy, okay, with a long on a day like yesterday, then eventually you will make a mistake, okay? Because you're risking too much money and you are trading against the trend. The third point is conviction. If you are entering based on someone else's setup or on someone else's analysis, you will never have the conviction to stick it out, okay? So my best advice to you is to improve your skills, your analysis skills, and your trading skills, and enter based on what you think and only use others as confluence, nothing more. Okay? That's all I have for you on Bitcoin. I hope it helps, and I will see you in the next video.